Hi, this is Dave for GetYourRockOut, and I'm delighted to have the guys from Knifeworld around me. Guys, you just come off stage. How do you think it went?
Enjoyed it, yeah. Really enjoyed playing. And we haven't played live since November. We played a gig in Brighton in November, and we haven't played since then. So we really enjoyed doing it, and we got to unveil a new tune as well, which is most enjoyable.
Well, that was the opening track, wasn't it? Was that
the soundtrack? Yeah.
So was that
soundtrack a new song? It was a good idea. Yeah.
Was
that a deliberate thing then to go straight off with that new song?
Yeah, I think so. It was kind of designed as a kind of a grand opener. It would have seemed most appropriate to start with that one. Yeah.
I got a real great energy from the stage. I have to say there was a lot of emotion, a lot of passion going on there. How was it for you?
Enjoyed it, yeah. With the sort of band, we play like a rock band. Even though we
are a rock band.
We are, we are
as opposed to.
Well, the music itself is quite complex and rehearsal intensive, but we don't try to intellectualize or take it too seriously. We like to deliver it with kind of energy that it requires.
And there was a great response from the audience as well, I thought.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
They stayed.
Yeah. That's always a bonus, isn't it? Yeah.
If anyone can put up with it, I'm just happy. It's I appreciate. I've from an early age feeling like it's sort of square peg in a round hole, or maybe a round hole in a square peg. I'm just always happy if anyone likes it. I like it. I think it's great. But I mean, if people like it, I'm just glad the band even likes it. So if the audience like it, even better,
And I've got to say, I love the touch of dedicating the first song to David Allen as well. Of course, it was a wonderful moment.
Yeah. Well, it was. I feel blessed and honoured to have spent a few years with him and to have made music together. I mean, for me, if I look back on the last few years of Gong and being in it, I think it's in a way we've put something together, and we've even written a song together and recorded it, and to have put something of ourselves together, and I very much connected with him, and we really had a nice vibe together, and so I just feel honoured, given that I've got into Gong when I was a teenager, and they've been a massive influence on everything I've done, and I think if you hear Knife, it's obvious the Gong influence is in there with Knifeworld. It's just great to have done something with him, and that's the least we could have done was dedicated that song to him.
Yeah. And the legacy is that Gong may still well carry on as a result.
Hopefully, yeah. If people will buy into it, I think it's a great. I think the new. Have you seen the? I don't know if you've seen it since, because I've been fronting it, and it's. Right. I think it sounds terrific, and it's what David wanted, and David very much approved and loved how it sounded, because he even when it was looking like he might have got better from the cancer, he had still said, "I'm out. You guys have got to carry on without me." And so he'd given it the thumbs up. And if the audience give it the thumbs up, yeah, I'd love to carry on with it. Yeah.
Magic. Thank you. And in terms of this particular festival, have you ever played anything like this before?
Sort of. Yeah, we played Summer's End. Yeah. Summer's End's a bit like this, I think.
It's not in a holiday camp, but it's a similarly strange kind of location, isn't it?
Yeah,
Gloucestershire. Yeah, and it was,
that was sort of Wales. We had to come into Wales to get out of it.
We did.
But
south
of the.
What can I tell you? Freaks playing to freaks. I love the weirdos get to play to the weirdos. I love it.
And you get great views as well, because you mentioned that, didn't you? What a great
extraordinary journey. We were listening to Steve Reich, the Four Sections. I don't know if you're familiar with that piece. Familiarise yourself with it. We were listening to the Four Sections and driving through this extraordinary countryside. I mean,
It was a lovely day, wasn't it?
It was beautiful. Beautiful. It was warm, and it's like, so these are the valleys that the Welsh talk about. My God, yes.
Well, my thought was that if Carvers got overexcited about Steve Reich, we were going to be somewhere down there in the valley.
It was pretty nice.
It was touch and go. I
was driving. No, it was wonderful to be here.
And in terms of the unravelling, it's been out about 8 months now, I think.
July came out.
Yeah. So how's that unravelling, I guess?
Good.
Really good. Yeah. Great. I mean, it
seemed to go down very well. Yeah.
got some sales.
Got some sales.
Always a bonus.
Been doing some like good shows,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty happy with the label. I mean, they basically they did what they said they were going to do.
They did.
And that happens all too rarely. So hats off to them. And, yeah.
And the reviews seemed to be almost universally positive.
They really did. Being in the Guardian and getting the review that we did there, it was, I'm sure, it was superlative. It was. I'm sure we must have, we must have picked up a few followers from that.
Definitely.
It was a really wonderful thing. They said lovely things about us. Yeah, I mean, it's great. We did a short tour in the UK a few weeks after the Unraveling came out, and particularly the London date on that tour was euphoric. It was
pretty triumphant.
It was incredible.
Wonderful. It's wonderful because you make a record on you. We never had a record deal before. Knifeworld or me actually. I mean, really, I've done stuff on labels with other bands, but never had a record deal before. And you think, well, are they? What can a record label do now? Particularly because I run a label of my own.
Yeah.
And we did it, and it was like you guys said, it was the right thing to do. And they've been great. They've been supportive. They get it. And it's great to have our stuff going out in Europe and in the US and what have you. But no, I've been somewhat overwhelmed because it was a hard sell is the wrong word. It was a very specific album. It's a pretty lyrically down album, and it's very kind of specific. It's not a hey, we've signed to a bigger label. Hey, here's our big celebration. It was a pretty people got it. People seem to get it.
It's good that it's about something. Clearly, you've got something to say, and that just counts for a lot, I think.
Yeah, I did. I very, very overwhelmed.
And the interesting thing about the album, we always, with the pool of material we had, we were always very excited about it. We knew it was going to be a strong album, but new ideas got introduced, new tunes were written, so we didn't actually know how the whole thing sounded as a complete package until we finally got the masters in.
Yeah.
And we shoved it on and was like, wow, it's really kind of proud of it.
I thought the song sounded incredibly powerful tonight as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. It really did. Yeah.
I mean, it was never the plan. There was never a plan to expand into an 8-piece with a 3-piece. It's a big ask, particularly when you're playing. When you're playing, shall we say, sort of what should we call the music? A selective audience with the music. To have this 8-piece band, it was never the plan. But then we'd done some stuff with a load of horn overdubs and what have you. And Charlie said, "Look, I know a couple of really cool horn players. Do you want to get them in?" And we got Josh and Nicky, who's no longer in the band. Got them in. And then as soon as I heard the stuff at the full horn section, it's like, man, this is the band now. We've got to be an 8-piece band.
The way it is from now on.
So yeah, the way it is from now, and everybody, just having this extraordinary.
Talk of percussionists.
Yeah, I know. But an honour to play with just such sensitive and brilliant.
That's always a bonus, isn't it? Yeah. And then you've got a series of UK dates coming up as well in May.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then some festivals as well, I believe.
In July, yeah.
That's right. And we're also playing Salisbury Arts Centre, a benefit for Tim Smith of Cardiacs, our dear friend, which is going to be a really exciting bill with William D. Drake, former Cardiacs keyboard player.
Mainly for the fact that Tim will be who is my best friend, who will be at the side of the stage. We'll be playing these songs about him while he's there, which will be kind of weird, but we got that.
Emotional, I would imagine.
Was that sorry?
Very emotional.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, it's going to be kind of weird.
He does at least know what's coming. He's heard the album.
He really likes it. Yeah. No, we've got 3 festivals in 3 days in July, which will be a larf.
You're doing Rambling Man as well?
And Tramlines in Sheffield and Cosfest in Devon. So we've been playing on the same bill as Steve Hillage, Wu-Tang Clan and the Scorpions on the same bill.
That's an eclectic
Finally!
bill. Acceptance at last, yeah.
I know. I was very disappointed to find we weren't playing on the same day as Saxon. But,
No.
What can you do?
What can you do?
I saw them at Bloodstock last year, and they've still got it. They really have.
I met Biff at a backstage at a Wild Hearts gig, because Ginger's friend, and Biff was backstage at Wild Hearts gigs, and I showed Biff. I'll tell you when it was. It was when Ronnie James Dio was still alive, and I'll tell you what. I showed Biff some rock locks. So I said to Biff, do you know the rock locks? And he said, oh no, I don't know that. So I said, well, classic rock lock. Charlie, can you give me the metals? Give me the metals. there's your classic rock club. That's a classic.
Yeah.
But then we've got the got the Sabbath Grabbath. We got the give us the metals. We got the we got the Slayer Prayer, the Rat Hat,
All right.
and the Twisted Sister Blister. But then I showed him the Dio Trio.
This is incredible. This is an education.
The Dio Trio, and he goes, I'm seeing Ronnie next week. I'll show him that one. So I don't know if he ever did. But,
it would have been great.
I've got a better one than it. Give me the trio. Give me the trio. I like this one better. Hey, what's that?
What do you call that?
I don't know what that's called. That's the enough rough. I don't know what it's called. It's called the Death Angel. Blangel. Sepultura.
Speaks for itself, really.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure, and best of luck with the tour. Oh, there was just one more question I wanted to ask, actually, because you said on stage, it's not that we don't want to play these places. It's just that the promoter, So how does that work? How do you get more gigs?
Well, if someone books us, we'll play. Obviously, it's without going into the boring details. It costs X amount of money to hire a van and to get us in and do that. We will play, but every time we announce some gigs, everyone's nothing in the north, nothing in Scotland. It's like, guys, book us, we'll come. Yeah. And if you want to book us, we'll come.
Well. Absolutely.
Can we just, while it's here, the beautiful Chloe Harrington on bassoon and sax? Do you want to just come and say hi, Lars? Fucking arsehole.
No, I'm confused.
Here's Chloe.
Hello.
Anything you'd like to say at this point, Chloe, about the gig?
Gotta get in.
What, where?
Oh, get into a shot. Yeah.
Oh.
No, get in. Out of her mind. She's out of her mind on loco weed.
No, I just had loads of weird scampi.
Yeah.
And was it any good?
It was quite cold. It was interesting though. It was very beige, but it was all right.
Isn't it always?
Beige food is a bit strange, isn't it?
Fish and chips as well.
I did.
How's the fish and chips?
It need to be in the middle to be shot.
Everyone's coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.